Okay, let's talk about the second unit, which is the financial statement. Okay, I will just go over the slides and then we watch some videos, and then I will see what else we can add to it. Let me try to get my pen ready in case I want to write anything. Okay. Okay, this is a financial statement analysis. Since my pen is working, so that's good news. So we have I think you guys took some accounting before, right? Finance is always related to accounting, especially corporate finance. Even though this is personal finance, we still have something very common with. This is from the Cengage. You guys can see that I modify this based on Cengage. Let me see the textbook I have. Is that from Cengage? I even see this is comparison. Okay, so it's a little bit different, but never mind, it doesn't matter. This contents are the same. Okay. We have balance sheet and income statement, right? What is balance sheet? The balance sheet shows how much. This shows how much money you have, right? This shows how much money you have, and then this shows what is your cash flow. We need to think about budget. What is budget? Budget, you need to plan for the future, right? You need to plan how much money to spend on some things. So that is called budget. So let's say you want to get $1,000 a month, right? And from your parents, or you make $1,000 a month working as a waiter in a restaurant. You need to pay something, right? How much do you need to pay for certain things? You need to have a budget. You cannot say, oh, I want to buy a really nice laptop. I want to buy a really nice video game card or something. Yeah, you cannot spend $1,000 immediately. You have to plan accordingly. That's called budgeting. We have three balance sheet, cash flow statement, and a budget statement. So cash flow is the past, present is the balance sheet, and then future is the budget, if you can think about the time. Okay. Similar to accounting or corporate finance, for each individual person, your assets equals to liability plus your equity, right, or net worth. Net worth will be equal to assets minus liability. So this is what it looks like. Assets is the stuff you own. You have a car, right? You have some stocks. You have some money in your checking account or WeChat, whatever. Those are called assets. Liability is the money you owe, payoff amount of all loans and debts. Liability, okay. Don't borrow money a lot in college. Remember in the case I was talking about, you should never carry balance on credit card. I will say that again, as a college student, you should never borrow any money with the interest rate higher than 6% in China. In the US, we're probably higher than 4% in the US. That's a wrong type of money you should borrow, okay? I know many students borrow those money. Don't do it. If you have done it, pay them off and never do it again. That is just stupid in finance, okay? If you do that, never tell anyone you took my finance classes, because I teach you why. I will teach you guys more using Excel interest rate worksheet later. Okay, this is your net worth. You have some, so those are the liquid assets, investment, retirement assets, personal use assets. What is liquid assets? Cash is liquid, okay? 是流动性很强的意思啊 ，liquid assets 就是investment assets, retirement assets, right? In the United States, they have something called 401k. 退休金啊，这是美国联邦政府立法通过的一个 帮助个人存款退休的一个东西。A lot of retirement assets are in their 401k account. Personal use assets like a car, right? If you have a boat, I have a kayak. So let me show you guys what a kayak means. Again, this is how I teach class, right? Yeah, I have this. So it's fairly cheap. It's like $100 or so. But there are a lot of people buy boat. Yeah, I have students who like to fish. Yeah, those are no. This is not like this. It's no, this is a yacht. More like this. It's fishing boat. Okay, people will fish and use this. Yeah, like this. It can go very fast. However, it's not like. Yeah, those are different. Okay, if we go to San Diego, and let me show you guys. Yeah, I went to a conference in San Diego. California people, their life is. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, I think I went here. No, where is it? It should be very close. Yeah, we went out to a conference here, Marriott here, and this is Hilton, right? If you see this area, can I choose to change it to satellite? Let me try this street view and see. Okay, a little bit further over there. Yeah, you will see a lot of those yachts, and sometimes they have a helicopter on it. Like they have a helicopter on the deck. Yeah, you're gonna see a lot of those in San Diego. Yeah, those. Sometimes you wonder why am I doing some other things, right? Maybe you didn't choose the right job to do. That's why you cannot afford a boat or yacht. That's why you have only kayak. It doesn't matter. Okay, that's why happiness is not all about money. It's all about what you believe and what you do. I like to teach personal finance to young students so that you don't make mistakes about money in the future, so that you can live a much better life. In the future, it's just something really simple. Pay attention to it, right? Yeah, those are liquid assets. It's a lot of time cash. We have something called a money market mutual fund. I'll just write it here. Almost use this pen. That's the wrong one. I have this pen here. Money market mutual fund. This is also a liquid assets. In Chinese, I think it's called 货币基金，对，货币基金。If my writing is wrong, I don't know. My writing is bad anyway. I'm never good at writing. But many of you guys, your handwritten is really beautiful. When I'm grading the assignment, it looks very beautiful. Great job. Okay, that's good. I'm not saying what I'm doing is right. It's just I don't know. I just don't have that personality. Investments are acquired to earn a return, right? That's why you invest. 像投资的东西 ，real property 房子是不是 ？real property 主要讲就是房子哈。Personal property movable 主要是车，对个人来说哈。We have liabilities, debt like credit card charges, loan and mortgages. We have short-term loan, which is due within a year, right? Like if you have an account with a credit card company. It will be due like within a month, right, or 21 days. So whenever you have a credit card or any kind of short-term loan, make sure you understand when it will be due. As a student, I don't recommend you borrow money because you don't make any money. Why would you borrow money? The only thing you can borrow is student loan, 助学贷款. That's the only loan you should borrow. For others, you don't need to develop some habit, okay, that does not require a lot of money. Like play some music, right? Play some guitar, whatever. Those does not require a lot of money. Or reading books. Long term would be long term, right? More than 1 year. Net worth, a lot of time in equity, right? If you look at financial accounting, it's called equity. I'll try to slow down a little bit. I don't know how much you guys can catch me. My English, okay, my English is never close to perfect, and I don't plan to improve it. That's what I told American students too. I think you guys should think the same way, okay? As soon as you can understand what I'm trying to say, we are good. Okay? It's a tool. It's like you have this. I like to fix cars, right? I like to fix cars. I have a lot of those things. English to me is just one of the sockets here, okay? You don't have to be perfect. You just need to be able to work. Whenever I need to use a 10mm socket or like this wrench, I can use it. That's enough. It does not need to be perfect, okay? So I hope you guys can think the same way as I do but certainly if you get a really good English, right, that's great. But you are not gonna get a job because your English is good. You need to learn something else, and together, if you have good English, right, that would be better. This is a medium net worth by age. So as I mentioned previously, okay, when you are young, you have no money. Okay, that's totally okay because that's what you are supposed to be, right? There's no way like a 20-year-old will have a lot of money. Something is not right with that. Okay. Older people, right, like 70s, they have money. Why? Because if you remember the life cycle graph, they save money here. Okay, they save a lot of money here. That's why they have money. Okay. Totally okay to tell everyone that you have no money in your checking account, or you're broke in English. Broke means you have no money, okay, you cannot afford next lunch. That's totally okay, that's what it is supposed to be like. Just understand that when you get older, you will have more money. So this income statement, certainly you know how much you get, and then how much government takes away. And later, those money belongs to you. You can pay for anything you want, right? You have something you have to pay, and then something you can choose to pay. Fixed expense means something you have to pay, like rent if you rent a house, or if you own a house but you need to pay mortgage. Mortgage 房贷哈，这个是房贷的意思 mortgage. Credit card debt. If you have insurance, cable TV. 有线电视 internet. There are some variable expenses since it is varying. Recreation, eating outside. Okay, 就出去玩啊，或者是出去吃饭啊。在美国出去吃饭很贵啊，超级贵，就是很便宜的一顿饭大概要20美元。你要想吃很一般的，有10块钱左右的，但低于10块钱的，我觉得就没有了。就麦当劳你去吃一顿也要10块钱，感觉好贵。所以我们都在家做饭。Anyway, yeah, fixed expenses, variable expenses, right? Amount is fixed. It's not changing every month, like the rent, car payment. 这个是房贷跟车贷，对吧 ？Variable 就是你出去吃啊，或者加油啊，对不对？穿衣服呀，对不对？不要花太多钱在穿衣服上面哈。其实有很多时候我不理解，这是我个人价值观哈，个人的那个观点哈。其实你没必要追求那些东西。大家可以看到我穿的这些衣服，对吧？其实都很便宜的，5-6块钱，5-6美元这样的，10几20块钱最多了。Costco 那种很多打折的，其实我觉得无所谓，很多人都觉得无所谓啊，没必要穿的太好啊。当然如果你很专业的话，你比如说你专门做 fashion 的，或者你知道怎么利用，我是不知道如何利用，我是不知道这种衣服穿着能够帮助我在任何方面帮助我。但如果你知道的话，那是另外一回事。我只是说，如果你并没有意识到穿衣服啊怎么样能让你更，因为我教 finance 很多时候是 investment， 你人做任何事情都是因为 investment， 都是有收益回报的，对不对？那如果你觉得是花很多钱去买个衣服，那还是一样穿，甚至你穿个1个月就没法再穿了，那不如像我这种穿好久的，我这个衣服好几年了，对吧？其实就是这样子的。 个人观点哈，这个我只I'm just talking about my personal opinion, okay, personal value. Whatever you agree, okay, this is not judgmental. It's just show what I think about something. Cash surplus, yeah, if you excess amount of income over expense, if you make more money than you spend, you have some money left, right? If you have deficit, it means you spend more than what you make. So there's the income statement, right? You need to make both ends meet. Yeah, this is how it connects. You don't need to worry about this. How we spend our income. This is from United States Consumer Expenditure Survey. This is a while ago, but anyway, I think it still tells you how Americans spend their money. A large part is house, right? It's right here, house. Second large part is food. I think this is mainly eating outside. Okay, people like to eat outside in restaurants. Transportation. Okay, yeah, pretty much that. Healthcare is only 6.8% because why? Because this is probably the nation, the whole country. Okay, doesn't mean that for older people this will be higher. So anyway, majority of the money goes to the house. But it doesn't mean that the house is expensive, right? When you pay your mortgage, 你还房贷的时候，其实你在储蓄哈。很多人说美国人不存钱，其实我觉得不完全对哈，他是没有现金对，Americans have no cash. If you ask them to take out $2,000 immediately, many of them cannot. However, it doesn't mean they have no savings. Okay, when you pay the house, right? The house belongs to you. You have some money in the house. When you pay a pension or retirement savings, you also save some money. Okay. Also, we have financial ratios, just like accounting. Okay, just like accounting or corporate finance. I don't know whether let me just show you all what I mean. So this is Bloomberg Terminal, right? If you want to talk about Amazon Corporation, they have financial analysis, right? Amazon is doing really good. Today it's down because yesterday was up a lot. Yeah, they have financial ratios, right? Look at how the company is doing, all kinds of ratios, right? Profitability, growth, credit, liquidity, working capital. And they even have yield analysis, right? All of those. So the same principle applies to the personal side. We have asset to debt ratio, how much money you have versus how much debt you have, investment assets, right? They have some benchmark here, whether how liquid you are, right? How much cash you have, how much debt you have, okay? How much debt you have related to your disposable income, which is after tax and all of those, okay? Why Americans worry about this? Because the tax is very high. You only see some 20% tax rate for some average people, right? But you need to pay Social Security, you need to pay insurance, you need to pay a lot. So the money you have in your banking account is very different from the money they promise to pay you. So we have stages of budgeting. You need to guess how much money you're gonna get, and then guess how much you're gonna spend, and then try to figure out a budget. You have a case for this, okay? So that concludes the slides, okay?